Stephen A. Smith, actually, as we all do know, who actually talks about people, once again has taken a swipe at, Donald Trump. Well, not necessarily more like a swipe, but he actually is sharing his opinion about Donald Trump. And we all do know that Donald Trump will be contesting for this year's election, in which people also are saying that such quote unquote pedophiles or a sexually, hyper personality like Donald Trump is, do not deserve to contest again. But Stephen A. Smith has a different opinion about it. So today, we'll let you know exactly what his thoughts is about what Donald Trump has done, what he also feels about he contesting this year's election, and what you also would want to see about it inside the comment section. So this is interactive. Show you what to leave your thought and comments inside the comment section. We will appreciate. But before, do you want to subscribe? It's very necessary during today's episode. Let's get interactive. So, honestly, Donald Trump has been in the conversations for some past, months now. It started last year when this whole scandal of, the White House scandal popped up, which apparently did see certain personalities' name also popping up. In fact, I don't want to repeat history, but looks like Stephen Smith wants to resurrect all these things, and he actually has been speaking about it. So maybe we can just let you know exactly what Stephen Smith has been speaking about. Now, guys, let us also be frank that Stephen Smith actually has various opinions. He actually shares his view as he wants. And this is another point or another take of his. So don't judge him. Just take exactly what he's, saying out there like that. If you have a different thought about it, also, you can just leave it inside the comment section. But let's take a listen to what Stephen Smith has been saying.
Place tonight. With the GOP, we all know that Trump's. Let me transition for a second. It's a little politics. Because we got the Iowa caucuses taking place tonight. With the GOP, we all know that Trump's got that bad in the bag. Nikki Haley has usurped Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida. She's number 2 in the polls right now at 20%, eclipsing him. He's at about 16%. This is what happens, Ron DeSantis, when you take on the wrong battles. It's what happens. You fall. Okay? And that's what he's been doing. Been getting himself involved in too much turmoil. And you got some people in the country that view Nikki Haley as somebody that's willing to bring the American people together. Now, don't come close to Trump. And everybody's hoping that ultimately he gets convicted, and that way he's not allowed in office, even though there's no law that says a felon can't be in the White House. So go figure that out. That's neither here nor there. That's not why I'm bringing up Trump. Why I'm bringing up Trump is because I want you all to see some of these sound bites that he's been associated with lately. Because you talk about Biden, if he trips over something, it's national news, and he's the brunt of jokes. If he stumbles, even though he stumbled when he was younger, you still hold that against him. Well, if you did all of that with him, what do you have to say about seeing this from Donald Trump?
All I know about magnets is this. Give me a glass of water. Let me drop it on the magnets. That's the end of the magnets. Obamacare is a catastrophe. Nobody talks about it. Without John McCain, we would have had it done. But John McCain, for some reason, couldn't get his arm up that day. Remember? He goes like that. That was the end of that. The Civil War was so fascinating, so horrible. So many mistakes were made. See, there was something I think could have been negotiated, to be honest with you. I think you could have negotiated that. All the people died. So many people died. But I was thinking to myself, because I was reading something, and I said, this is something that could have been negotiated. It was just for all those people to die, and they died viciously. That was a vicious, vicious war. Abraham Lincoln, of course, if you negotiated it, you probably wouldn't even know who Abraham Lincoln was. He would have been president, but he would have been president. He wouldn't have been the Abraham Lincoln. It would have been different, but that would have been okay. It would have been a thing that, and I know it very well. I know the whole process that they went through, and they just couldn't get along, and that would have been something that could have been negotiated, and they wouldn't have had that problem. But it was a hell of a time. And you think of it today, I would have absolutely stopped Putin. He would have never gone in. And he didn't. For 4 years, he didn't.
Really? Really? Magnets don't work underwater? Where'd that come from? Does it get any more classless than saying a war hero? Somebody who risked his life in service to our country, and former senator who's now deceased, Senator John McCain out of Arizona, that Obamacare could have been derailed if John McCain had raised his hand. I don't know why he didn't raise his hand. You know exactly why he didn't raise his hand. To talk about him with such dishonor, such indecency, really? And then last but not least, Civil War, slavery. You could have negotiated that. And Abraham Lincoln would not have been as well known were it not for that. He's all over the place. He sounds like a screw has come loose in that head of his. It's quite bizarre. I don't hear y'all talking about that much. Why not? Why not? Just asking.
So as
Just
you can
asking.
see, and of course you did listen to Stephen A. Smith, that is his candid opinion over there. But honestly, do you share with what he said? I think Donald Trump honestly would do a good thing if he comes to power. I don't know. I don't want to be behind anybody or support them. Just say support anybody. I think the real election would happen if the people decide who they want to let them, rule. Basically, that's what I have to say. But what do you think about, Stephen A. Smith's opinion? I think, well, I don't think anything, but honestly, I want the justice system to work. If Donald Trump is found guilty, I feel he actually he was exonerated in some past, I think. Even though there were massive evidences against him, he actually saw through, and he's still relevant as we do speak. So now he's actually going to contest again for presidency this 2024. Well, I hope and first wish him all the best. But let us know what you think about it also inside the comment section. But seriously, speaking about Donald Trump and the Trump's family, recently Melania Trump also lost, her mother, and I feel like the whole family has been going through so much. Now also that, the whole back and forth has just been super dramatic over there. So all the best to Donald Trump. Do well to leave your thought and comments also inside the comment section. Thanks for watching.